A very good morning, Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We continue to take a look on what's happening in the nation without fear, without favor. Vice President Chiwenga, when he was in Gweru, took an opportunity to remind those who claim that they fought the liberation struggle alone, that everybody participated and everyone fought in the liberation struggle. Let us take a look onto what he said in his speech.
Injustices faced by the Zimbabwean populace. Above all, it was the only option available to the Zimbabwe people after all other peaceful methods had been rebuffed by the settler colonialists. We remember the bravery of our freedom fighters, the wisdom of our leaders, the sacrifices of our people. We must continue to honor their memory by working towards a brighter future for all Zimbabweans. The difference within a number of countries is that in Zimbabwe, everybody fought. We had vanamai vachibika sadza, vana Gweru vachitakura chikafu kunobva kumabhesi kumakomrades, vana Mujibva vachinotaga kuti vachinotarisa varongwa ruya nekupi. So we all fought for the liberation of this country. And that must be ingrained in our memories and minds. And that should never be anyone try to rub it off, because everyone fought for the liberation of our country, for the brighter future of all Zimbabweans. As we move forward, let us draw inspiration from our history and heritage, striving to build a nation that is just, equitable, and prosperous for all. Comrades and friends, the independence frame we lead today represents the spirit and undying hope which guides our struggle for freedom. It symbolizes the resilience and determination of the Zimbabwean people, including their resolve to win and defend their sovereignty by all means necessary. As we celebrate 45 years of independence, we acknowledge our progress as a people and challenges that remain. It embodies the promise that despite the challenges we face, our commitment to uphold the ideals of our liberation will never waver. The independence flag too represents the spirit of unity, work, and determination that has fueled our journey as a nation. This flame serves as a guiding light, illuminating our path forward and reminding us of the values we cherish: freedom, dignity, and respect of our sovereignty. Comrades and friends, let me conclude by urging us all to recommit ourselves to the values and principles that guided our liberation struggle. Let us strive to build a brighter future for ourselves, our children, and generations to come. We are not ourselves seated here, Alpha and Omega. We have generations to come. These are the ones which we must protect jealously. May the independence flame burn brighter in our hearts and throughout our great nation. Together, let us honor our past, celebrate our present, and forge a future filled with promise and prosperity. May God bless Zimbabwe. I thank you, Tatenda Searo.
So this is the speech which was delivered by Vice President Chiwenga, and it carries a lot. If we are to be honest, when you look at it, he said it clearly that we are not the Alpha and Omega. So what it means is this is a clear message to the Mafidi dynasty. This is my own view. It's a clear message to the Mafidi dynasty that those who are in power right now cannot be in power today and tomorrow and forever. So they have to serve equitably, serve justly, live for other generations to lead. And that is a very, very clear message, a very, very powerful message, to be honest. And when you look at General Chiwenga, it seems as if he has improved in terms of everything, the way he's doing. He spoke about the cherishing the values of the liberation struggle. What were these values? The liberation struggle was anchored on Nzira Soja. That was the constitution which was being used by the comrades. So when you wanted to know the values or the guidelines of the liberation struggle, they would start to sing Nzira Soja. It had everything. How do you conduct a povo? How do you conduct people? How do you conduct yourself when you were participating in the liberation struggle? All those issues were highlighted. And he is calling for a nation which is just, a nation which is equitable, which is fair. And that is what leaders should do. And one of the key and significant issues is that he is silencing those who said Takarwa Hondo. He's saying everybody fought. He said it clearly. Kuti tese Takarwa Hondo. This is what we have been saying for a very long time, to say there were people who were very young, who could not carry guns, but they were used as spies. They were used for reconnaissance purposes. My father was young, but he participated in the reconnaissance programs and activities where they had to go vachinotamba bhora, vachiona masoja ari kupfuura nepfuti dzakaita sei, vane motikari dzakaita sei dziri ngani, ivo vanga vakawandawo zvakadini. That was a reconnaissance mission which was happening, which was being led by young boys. And these young boys, they carried out intelligence activities because they knew the kind of guns masoja dzanenge akatakura. They could come report the kind of guns whatsoever, and they were helping the comrades. Zvimbwido, that is vasikana vanga vati kurei, they participated vachienda nesadza. Imagine kuti a war could start zvimbwido zvichitori kumabhesi nesadza zvichipa makomrades. So many people died, vana Chimbwido nana Mjiba, during that particular period. Vakomana vana Mjiba, they were leading nyaya dzekuenda kunotina mombe kuitira kuti chikafu chinge chiwanika chemakomrades. And they were also leading in reconnaissance missions, and also moving of information from one point to another. Before the comrades could move from one district to another, Vanamjiba could move in between, sharing information from one point or one village to another, making sure that the information about the movement of the comrades, it reaches other places. Imagine if they were sellouts. My comrades aingobatwa asina kwaenda. But because these people were determined to fight in the liberation struggle and they were not selling out, the comrades could move freely and could move safely from one point to another. So imagine the journey from Mozambique being handed over by the Nanamjiba, by my collaborators. they were handing them over from one point to another. So how can you say that person didn't fight the war? They fought the war. They participated in the war, which means there is need for equal recognition. Vana mai vaibika sadza vachienda kumapungwe kuchinoitwa zvinhu zvakasiyana siyana, vachinodzidzisa vanhu gwara rehondo, vachinodzidzisa vanhu vaifanira kuita hondo. Mapungwe were very very dangerous because an enemy could attack people vari papungwe ipapo. But people were going there because mapungwes were necessary for instilling a political ideology so that the people understand the reason why the war was being fought. They understand what was supposed to happen next. That is the reason why when they had to go for the elections, it was easy because Mapungwe had mobilized everything and the people knew the reason why war was being fought. And it also helped mothers and fathers to release their children and also young boys and girls to be eager and willing to join the liberation struggle. So Vice President Chiwenga touched that and accurately pointed out that everybody participated in the war. Whether you were old, you were young, whatsoever, vananga vakaberekwa kumusana vaienda kumabhesi. That is participation. They were there, vari kumabhesi iko. Imagine kana vana chakachiridza chakatsva, vana vainyarara kuti zi. I remember a story yekuti mwana ainyarara kuita sokuti hapo iye akaberekwa kumusana kwaamai. Sometimes you could think kuti pamwe mwana wangu apfurwa afa. Iye ari mpenyu akanyarara because there was a culture yakanga ichitoripo yakanga yapinda muvanhu zvokuti even vana could prophetically maintain silence. So that is something which is very, very important. And sacrifice is saying that we need to make sure that we sacrifice for the people. Sacrifices need to be made, and it's high time leaders make those key sacrifices. So he clearly mentioned that the only option was war. When they went to the liberation struggle, the only last option was war. And this is a message also to the leaders of today to say, do not push people to the limits of using that last option which you used. It's not good. So I hope and believe that if they remind each other like this, they will, at a certain point in time, understand the reason why the war was to be fought, and the reason why right now everybody should benefit, not Gananda. So that is something which is very, very important. Mr. Twabi says, are you happy for Chiwenga Kutaite, next president of Zimbabwe, under ZANU-PF? No, I'm not happy. I think I've made my position very, very clear. In I support President Advocate Nelson Chamisa. And I also support any cause which is against Emerson Mnangagwa's rulership and the continuation of ZANU-PF. Kana pataurwa zvinhu zvine chekuita neinclusivity, zvine chekuita neunity, we come, we speak, we comment, and that is what we need to do. We need to complement each other. Munhu paagona agona, and we continue to remind them the need for them to retire. And he is recognizing kuti they are not the alphas and omegas. That is one thing which we need to applaud. When you realize kuti hauziriwe wega une capacity necapability yekutungamirira, unoita zvinhu uchiziva kuti your time is coming yekuti ubve pachigaro uende. That is something which is good. Lina, thank you very much. Very good morning, and thank you very much for coming. Okay. My sister Lorraine, how are you? A very good morning. Thanks to have you this morning. And Siswa says, Kanti, why behlezi bekhuluma ngepi? Anze isikhathi service delivery, not talking about war. Okay, yes, it's time for service delivery. Those are the things which he stressed out. He said it clearly that we now need to build a brighter future for all. And he's clearly said we are not the alpha and omegas, which means progress cannot be limited to them only. They will need to spread out to others. Nyaya yanga yakatimisa yanga iri nyaya yekuti nyika haitongwi vasina kuenda kuhondo. So he's clearly stating kuti munhu wese akarwa hondo, which means anybody can lead this nation in their own capacities, and that is a very, very clear message. So this is Team Zimbabwe. I love you all, and thank you very much everyone for coming. Let us meet in other episodes and other broadcasts as we continue to look at what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe without fear, without favor.